Tenerife lineup. Pretty much the same lineup that has been in situ since the start of the season. Kostas Vasilidis added by new coach Fotzits Katsikaris. And Katsikaris, while he's new, a few weeks in Tenerife, not new to the ACB in Spain, having been in Bilbao and Murcia ahead of this new role in Tenerife. Ludwigsburg, what a joy to watch they've been for Coach John Patrick. Great contributions from across the roster, leaving them at 7-1 in the group. The best offensive rebounding team in the Basketball Champions League. They keep it very up-tempo, really do want to stretch the floor, which allows them to really crash the glass. It's been a feature of the way they have placed themselves at the top of the Basketball Champions League Group B, and they are leaving the floor just ahead of the pre-game introductions. Well, now this is becoming one of those regular sights in Basketball Champions League this season. Crowd on their feet here in Ludwigsburg. What a great first Basketball Champions League it was last year, capped off by that Final Four in Tenerife. And the home team completed the story that they wanted, and they get the championship for the first time. Here's Katsikaris. Much traveled, very experienced coach here now in Tenerife, as well as his ACB years, time with the Greek national team, and is one of the most experienced coaches around European basketball. Great win at the weekend for this roster, beating Unicaja Malaga in the ACB. It was 81-77. And Katsikaris straight away has got so much rotation into this team. No one played more than 23 minutes in the game at the weekend in the ACB. And when you're having this much of a demanding schedule, you need depth and you need that rotation of personnel. Ludwigsburg just about to be introduced to the home crowd. They also had a huge win at the weekend. Going into the game, we're on the same record as Beirut, but came out of an enormous 78-47 win. Takes them into third place in the Bundesliga with a 9-2 record. Currently sit on the top of this group. And you can hear the atmosphere building. The faithful behind the basket, the band's ready to play. And they're building something pretty special here in Ludwigsburg. Great family atmosphere. And Basketball Champions League is all the better for Ludwigsburg's contribution and performance. Thomas Walkup averaging 10 points a game for this roster. Wayne Evans at 13 points a game, and along with Jonas Thiemann, the German international, who also averages double digits. They are the backbone of the scoring, but the key to this team is tempo. Justin Sears really does give energy coming off the bench, the young man, 23 years old. You got Peter McNeely, the Canadian. It's just contributions. This roster gives tempo, and it's have a real relentless nature to its defense. They get out and press, they get out and run. And to an extent, John Patrick really just steers, just keeps them in the right direction, really does have a great relationship with his team. Thiemann, last man out. Had a successful time with the German national team in the recent World Cup qualifiers. Good crowd in. Here's the third team with Anastasiopoulos, Onglojas and Kalic from Greece, Latvia and Poland respectively, are the third team officiating together this evening. Their teamwork as important as the other two teams already introduced to the crowd here. Well, a game that could go a long way to deciding who gets the top spot in this group. Tenerife starting with Rodrigo San Miguel. Mamadou Niang, the youngster on the inside. Ponika's had a great season. Roscoe Allen, the Hungarian, and Davin White. Quick lineup. Really mobile for Coach Katsikaris. And Katsikaris really has a very solid reputation. And I think is a nice addition to the challenge that Tenerife will make both in the ACB and in the Basketball Champions League. Starting lineup for Ludwigsburg with Walkup, Johnson, McRae, Wolskowski, and Demon. While speed and quickness is the name of the game for this lineup, which may account for the Tenerife going a little smaller perhaps and trying to match the pace and the upflow, and up-tempo style of Coach John Patrick. Well, this has been one of the, as I say, most eagerly awaited clashes as this group has developed. A win for Tenerife would put them on top of the group standings in Group B by courtesy of the head-to-head between the two teams and give them a huge advantage going into the remainder of this regular season. A loss, and then you're talking, well, what happens with head-to-heads, etc. later on perhaps, but it would give Ludwigsburg a 2-game lead over Tenerife. A loss by Tenerife will slip them back into the pack a little bit, and while they might not be panicking, it will give them some unnecessary pressure as they look to make the round of 16. Well, the Bundesliga is becoming one of the most competitive leagues in European basketball. No unbeaten team in that league. Bayern Munich sit top with a 1-loss record. And that's how tough Ludwigsburg are playing this year, with a 9-2 record, right in the mix in the Bundesliga. Right in the mix in the Champions League, topping the group. Definitely a step up and a step forward from last year. And part of that is the atmosphere generated by this crowd. What a battle this is going to be on the boards. Tenerife, #1 ranked team in total rebounds. Ludwigsburg, #1 team on the offensive glass. That could possibly decide it. Ludwigsburg have to shoot the 3-ball well. It's where Tenerife really dominated in the first game between the two. But it will come down to who does it on the glass. Well, wherever you're joining us from, it's a warm welcome to Ludwigsburg. Ludwigsburg and Tenerife are underway here. Rodrigo San Miguel gets it into the half court. Tenerife in the pretty much black uniform, Ludwigsburg in the yellow uniform. Little head fake, inside, outside, extra pass, trademark. White going baseline, looks to the inside, broken up, chance for Ludwigsburg to run, and they normally do, give it up early. Walk up in transition. Well, almost beats himself, just recovers it though. Try and space and really spread the floor. 3 has gone early. Johnson is off, offensive rebound, easy putback. And that's the #1 offensive rebound team in the league. And Jonas Thiemann gets the first 2 off the offensive putback. Miguel in the lane is fouled. Well, there you go, San Miguel. He's 32 now. Looks like he's been around in the ACB for for a very long time. Really has established himself here in Tenerife. sideline possession. Niang will move it on. The long three is buried by White. As always, we'll always let it go from the three-point line. Quick release. Good separation. Ball's knocked away, recovered, knocks away again. McRae turns it over. San Miguel's fouled in transition. McRae makes up for the turnover by taking one for the team. I'm sure he won't see that, but San Miguel was off to the races. Here's the replay of the three. Catch, release, string. In rhythm. Niang will extend the floor. Allen, ball knocked away. Yeah, the ball's going to be, I mean, when I talk about this one, it looked like a turnover to me, but I think they're going to keep it with Tenerife. White again, looks to back out, get a little space, crosses it over, gets in the keyway, nice pass. Niang will flush it for two. All about White, all about the feed, all about that little crossover and explosive step. Early release for the three, in and out. Great work on the glass by Demon, and great effort. That's why they're the offensive rebounding team. And work up nails the three. Demon just outworked everybody, up the floor pressure. They just go long. Niang releases, watch out. Flushed on the end of the break. Quick release against the full court pressure, and Tenerife go long ball basketball. Demon will look to reverse. Looks to pick, but pops. Gets his feet set from beyond the arc. That's a travel. Change the pivot foot. Little dish down. And Niang didn't worry. It's 2 for 2 from Niang. It's pretty tough to miss from above the ring. He has 4. Tenerife have a 7-5 advantage. Demon sits. San Miguel got a hold away from the basketball. Nice out of bounds, great little finish. Tough, tough, tough move. And Ponitka, love the way he's playing in the ACB and in the Basketball Champions League at the moment. That's a tough finish. Ball reversal. Turnover, chance to run, 2-on-1 break. White gives it back. L1. Ponitka just scoops it for 2. Draws the contact, comes up with a steal, little give and go action, takes some contact, gets the N1. Timeout for Ludwigsburg. Coach Patrick wants to talk it over. Tenerife with an 11-5 start early in quarter one.
Hey, guards, you're killing us on offense. Listen, Nick Duran's got you. We have thrown it to the pop one time. They made a bad call on JT. You got your head down, throwing through traffic, throw it to the pop guy. Step back and throw it to the pop guy. Make him go. You got to play one-on-one defense, and you can't slap down on fast breaks. You got to play some defense, okay? We're fine. Let's follow the game plan, okay? Everybody's doing their own thing up until now. Follow the game plan.
You see how they're going to defend the pick and roll, okay?
Sometimes it's Pony bring it down, go to his side right away. You know what I mean?
Now, after free throws, don't forget to play 21, okay? Okay?
Good matchup, the second lane. Good matchup, Pony and Roscoe. Okay?
Boxing out, guys. No penetration of them. Let's go.
Let's go, good defense.
Well, both coaches in their own way, pretty calm. Obviously, Takaris is going to be a very happy coach the way his team has started. And Patrick, just let's just remember why we're here. Let's remember how we're going to play. Let's put our game plan on the floor. And so, very calm, very collected. The other thing that's against them at the moment, they've committed 4 very early fouls. Nearly 7 minutes left in the quarter, and they're already in the penalty. So you're going to have to tough it out. Johnson will give it up. That's not what you need, but they recover. Sears will calm us down, move the basketball. Cook, whistle on the play. Great thing about Ludwigsburg during this Basketball Champions League second season is they don't change, they don't panic. They have a way of playing and they stay with it, they stay on the same page. So they've had moments in games where they've been on the wrong end of runs, but with their defense and their up-tempo style, they've normally really steadied the ship. Cook makes the first from the free throw line. Two for two. Well, it was a little messy, should we say, out of bounds after the timeout, but they got the desired result. Close it to a 5-point game, little extension on the defense. San Miguel gets it into the half court. Corner wide open, Ponica for three, buried it. Wow, what a season this guy's having. Manius Ponica knocks down the three. 15-7 start for the defending Basketball League champions. Sears tries to work his way, goes with a left-hand jump hook, off. Offensive rebound, though. Cook's in the lane, he puts up a tough one. And ultimately, oh, great look. Niang won't hold on to it, though. Poor pass, great look. Mamadou Niang. It's that long Senegalese shape, 2'9", but really gets out and runs. Demons back in. He beats the press, Lighthouse in the middle of the floor. Johnson will ask for the ball screen. Demon will pick and pop. Looks to attack the closeout in the lane. What a block! Niang is just long. He's loving his starting role here. Points, blocks, really making a contribution, exploding at the start of this game. Got to be a little bit, get beyond the defense a little more. Even more handoff. 4 on the possession, got to go up. In the lane, off the glass for 2. Johnson, tough move. Took a little contact, rode it well to the basket, gets the 2. Ponica will advance it. A little bit more intensity defensively by Ludwigsburg. Demon almost gets a piece. Whistle away from the basketball. Johnson's going to be called for the personal. Tenerife will shoot free throws. Tenerife getting into a deep rotation. Fran Vathqueth joins it. Just recovered. Johnson comes off the high screen. Demon on a pick and pop. Just about hangs on. Looks to hand off. Wants it in the block. Gets it in the block. Going in Thanquest. Attacks the middle. Foul on the reach. And Fran Vathqueth. Member of that really interesting Spanish national team in the World Cup qualification windows, where without NBA and other stars, Spanish team still knocked down 2 wins away in Montenegro and at home to the Eurobasket champion Slovenia. And the veteran Vázquez and guys just play great for the national team. Thiemann gets his own rebound, pump fakes, is blocked again. And that war on the glass at the moment, being won by Tenerife. Vázquez will move it on. White tries to turn the corner. Great rotation defensively. McRae comes up there and he looks to push at speed. Evans goes down low to Thiemann. Big spin move to the baseline. They're going to say it's on the floor. You know, Thiemann thinks, hey, I was in the action to the basket. So to be not sure why we're on the sideline, as it was right on the baseline as a foul, but Johnson will rotate out. Heavy Bayram comes in for Porica. Very, very deep, this Tenerife roster. Bayram has the ability to fill it up from deep. Foul on the penetration. Referee's balancing out the foul count. Abramadis is charged with a personal, not happy about the call. Walkup just about gets it in inside 5. Takes the Thiemann screen, who picks and pops, puts it on the floor, gets it back. Walkup 5 on the possession, he's fouled, and Vázquez picks up 2 quick ones. He's a 34-year-old veteran now. Finds himself guarding Walkup on the perimeter. Wasn't something he really was relishing. But Walkup goes to the free throw line. Well, 75% free throw shooter across this season in the Basketball Champions League. Walkup knocks down the second. Back to a 6-point game, and Ludwigsburg just about getting a foothold in the game. Vázquez dive wide open, leave White free on the lift, knocks down the 3. Well, it's a little bit out the coaching manual, so well executed. White gets his second 3 of the game, restores the 9-point advantage. Thiemann outside, moves it on. McRae, Thiemann wants to touch, double team comes. Extra pass, McRae decides to take the 3 as long. And the ball will bounce safely out of bounds if you're a Tenerife fan. Last 3 minutes of the first quarter, and Tenerife already have 20 in the book. San Miguel needs a pass, finds one. Wide again. San Miguel attacks it, kicks it. That's where long 2 is long. And we got a foul on the play. And Abramadis is going to make one of those fouls that as a coach you're going to hate. There's the mid-range 2. And there's one of those fouls that McRae did a obvious foul. McRae did a pretty good job making sure the official had to make the call. McRae will go to the free throw line. Laskowski checks in. He's one of those heart and soul guys of this team. The intensity normally steps up when he steps in. And Ludwigsburg back to a 7-point game, courtesy of the 2 free throws. Basas will Tenerife into the half court. White again, having a great first quarter, opens up, beautiful lean and finish. 8 points personal for Devon White. 35 years young, White never tires of wanting to score. Evans outside the three will move it on. 5 out almost for Ludwigsburg. Open three is way off. Great rebound, poor putback though. Evans blows the little bunny of a putback. Chance for Tenerife to make it a double-digit lead. Then Bayran is fouled. Davey McRae's just got to hold his space. No need to reach. Replay of that great finish. Lehman came over to block, but just uses his body so well. Gets a lean and an angle. Great finish. Javi Bayran. Yet to miss a free throw in the Basketball Champions League. Keeps that one going. And it's a 10-point game on the road for Tenerife. Still 100% from the line. Little zone trap here for Tenerife. Vassiliadis in the game. Well, they take a long time. Inside, outside, we'll go a little ball fake, nice pass. Beautiful sharing of the basketball. Evans with a flush, all about the ball movement, all about the, wow, that's culture of a team. And Rice couldn't get it over in time. Ball fake, help, give it back to the man who gave it to you. Well, drum beats start to build here. Chance to make this a 7-point game. Justin Sears outside will move it on. Ripped away. Kostas Vassiliadis couldn't keep his footing rather. Vassiliadis, one of the plus 30 club. 9 seconds that Ludwigsburg have on the possession. Need to go full court in 9 and get a shot they want. Walk up, the man to have it, the man you'd want with a basketball. Oh, beautiful little hesitation for the layup. Fran Vasquez looked like his feet were in concrete. Just got frozen by the little head and shoulder fake, and walk up just flew to the basket. Assasses gives it to Vassiliadis, and Cook, not the smartest decision he's going to make all night. And Kostas Vassiliadis will go to the free throw line. Only his second Basketball Champions League game this season. 100% from the free throw line in game 1 for him. Just such a solid shooter. Has made his whole career on his ability to knock down big shots. Normally very, very solid from the free throw line. Goes 2 for 2. Last 50 seconds of quarter 1, and Tenerife have just exploded here for 26 points. Walk up, sees the rotation, goes up with a flow. Well, a little bit half and half. I'm sure it looked like it was going to drop in if Evans had left it alone. Oh. What can you say? Elgin Cook just took off. 5 on the possessions, inside, outside. Vassiliadis steps back, extra pass. Bayram for 3 is long, kept alive, and Tenerife have about a 5-second differential between game and possession. Bassas. See, I'm thinking that's almost going in. Ten seconds. Oh, Tenerife to. The three is gone by Vasile. This is short. Offensive rebound. They can't get the putback. And that will do it for quarter one. The top two teams in Group B are putting on an exhibition here, 26-17. Iberostar Tenerife have the lead at the end of one. Ludwigsburg got a lot of talking to do because they've got to find a way to contain this Tenerife lineup. It's been a very just explosive performance by the Spanish club. Inside and out. Well, Niang's been exceptional. Mike Toby's only just joined the game, the 2-10 center, leading scorer for Tenerife in the Basketball Champions League this season with 14 points per game. Has literally just ended this matchup with, I think, less than a minute to go. Well, those highlights showed you what a up-tempo start for Tenerife. They only average 79, well, they average 79 points a game, so way above that in terms of their points production. Ludwigsburg under theirs, averaging 85 points a game in the Basketball Champions League. They were really hesitant at the start of the game. Coach Patrick resolved that one. Now he's got to find ways to getting stops. First possession of this second quarter with Ludwigsburg. Lukowski will step outside, looks to go inside. Evans faces, tries to back down low, fills the double team, gets inside, second move. Good defensive effort, massive defensive effort by Roscoe Allen. Roscoe Allen just moved his feet, just would not allow Evans to get any advantage. Turned over. Bassas had nowhere to go. Here's the penetration. Lollygetta shirts. Yep. Quick hands from Kieran Johnson. Knocked it away. Came off the thigh of Bassas. Johnson moves it on. Evans extends. Walk up. Well, you can see where he was looking. Evans decided to pop, not roll. Just sums it up here for Ludwigsburg. Not quite in the same rhythm. You can credit the defense that Tenerife have put on the floor. Salidas needs a pass, finds one. Toby down low, going to work. Two on the possession, fadeaway jump shot is short. Keeps it alive, and the ball belongs to Tenerife. Hang around, carry on working, good things happen. Cook will sit. Thiemann back. Frustrating night for him, for Jonas Thiemann so far. Does look really promising, but just a number of things have just made him come up short. Kostas Vasilidis gets it off. Wide open, Rodrigo San Miguel is off for the three. Defensive rebound, Ludwigsburg, right straight back to San Miguel. Toby stops and pops his loft. And finally, Thiemann comes down with a defensive rebound. Nice lift. McCrory has it. Tries to wrap it. Rotation defensively. Bayran out the top draw. Just read it. The rule of rotation from the help side. Coach Patrick will take his second time out. Tenerife are claiming that the pass to Vasilidis looked like he'd passed out of bounds.
Our guards are killing us because we're not throwing it to the pop. Throw it to the pop, guy, or take your shot. We're dribbling in circles. Dribbling in circles.
The next one, I want a going for Kostas. We play the next one, we play 44 down. 44 down.
Well, Coach Patrick has taken that second time out relatively, well, very early, should we say. 7:40 plus to go. I think he just, again, we wants to reiterate, people aren't following the game plan. They want that pick and pop action. They don't want to force it to the inside. In rhythm, off the screen is short. And way short for Peter McNeely. Nice little execution, the give and go cut with the back screen. Toby with a mid-range jump shot is short. Defensive rebound is walk up. He brings it. Numbers down the floor here. Ludwigsburg haven't got that running game going. They got to throw it to the man. Pop in is what Coach Patrick wants. Gets it that time. Walk up with a matchup he wants to exploit. Stops and takes the two, is short. And Toby comes down with a defensive rebound. White, little hesitation, moves it on. San Miguel off his thigh. This has got to go up. Does he know? I don't think he does. And there's the violation. Well, so Allen's one-legged three-pointer to no avail. Buzzer had gone off way before that. Yang is back. Had a huge impact at the beginning of the game. crowd won't sit till the home team score. And White, they can't get it to drop on the inside. McRae just struggled to get that one above the height of the ring. Nice penetration. Rosso Allen. Wolskowski picks up his first personal. David McRae will sit. If there's a criticism here of Ludwigsburg, their defense has not managed to generate offense for them. At the bottom, no, hits nothing, chance to run, but just need to check we're watching the same game. And a first quarter of 43 points, 4 minutes in to quarter two, we're pointless. Someone's just got some lookalikes to play, perhaps. Thiemann on the inside, great help, rotation. Thiemann in traffic is blocked. Niang gets his second block of the game. They throw up the prayer at the end of the shot clock. That's no good. Still no one has scored here in the second period. White brings it. Allen needs a pass, goes back to White. Will get the high screen. Niang's turned down. Great rotation. Walkup just played the lane. 5 on the possession. San Miguel penetrates, kick. White takes the three, is off. And we're halfway through the second period, and we're still at 26-17. Surely, foul is called, but cannot get the ball to drop. Cook will have to go and earn them from the line. Tenerife have taken the timeout while you're looking at the replays. No field goals at all. In fact, no points ahead of these free throws in the second period. There you go, confirmation, 0-0 after 5.
Dejamos que juegue uno contra uno por lo menos. And we have to be more confident. We don't play nothing. Nothing. One simple short range and we start. Flip the ball, attack, go to the basket. Okay? Don't lose the defense now, then test your defense. The next one will play motion down. Motion down.
Well, both teams normally offensively very, very, very efficient. Their defenses, and this is what you'll see a lot in this Basketball Champions League, when these teams have the return game after the first game earlier in the season, obviously the scouts a little bit better, the experience against the opponent is easier to relate to, having played the opponent before. And that challenges your opponent to execute better. And that just hasn't happened in this second quarter. Defense definitely gets the prize at the moment. And Cook, after 5 minutes and 2 seconds, scores the first point of the second quarter. And Cook goes 2 for 2 from the line. Full court pressure. Struggling just about, gets it in. Niang, not your first choice of man to relieve the pressure. Gets it back to White, who feels the double team. Niang is like the lighthouse there. When in doubt and danger, just throw it towards the lighthouse. San Miguel with already 9 seconds only remain on the possession. And then you've got a poor foul. Elgin Cook picks up the personal. Florian Koch steps in. He needs a pass. Niang, nice look. Nice in the lane, is blocked. Sears from the weak side just spiked it out of bounds. Abramatis goes up. Sears says, no way, not here. This is our gym. Squats it out of bounds. They go upstairs for Niang, can't control, feels the double team, hits nothing. Great effort by Ludwigsburg. Sears to the far side of the ring, is blocked. Ball recovered though. Whistle on the play. Justin Sears charged with it. It's fouls like this. Screen's not set. Sears just takes White out on the move. Abranis will reverse it. 8 seconds on the possession. White sends everybody away. Wants to play one-on-one here. What does he have? Travels. Well, that's a crazy second quarter. All of a sudden, the lid's off the hook. Walkup's back. That's a 5-0 start. Well, 5-0 during 6.5 minutes of basketball. Walkup goes to 10 personal. White trying to respond to this little run here. Puts it on the floor. That's going to be an illegal dribble. Lost the handle. Chance to make this a 1 or a 2-point game. Adeki McNilly gives it to Walkup, who goes to Woskowski, who picks, fires, foul line, jump shot. Big time rebound by Vazquez. That stops the rot, should we say? Tough move. Evans gets it to drop. Nice little move to the middle. 5-point game, got a whistle away from the ball. And that'll be shooting free throws. And Ludwigsburg have just not managed to maintain their composure enough in so many situations in this game. Can't make the first. Tenerife extend the defense. Kieran Johnson, looks for a little separation space. That's all a bit messy. 1:55 to go in the half. This quarter has just lost any rhythm. Now, both teams have made adjustments at the defensive end, but it really has taken both teams completely. Oh, come on, Ponica got a handful of shirt there. Oh, the foul called out of bounds. Ponica picks up his second personal. Good opportunity here for Ludwigsburg. Nice attack and one. Just takes the one play. There's the contact all the way through the move. The referee let it go until there was going to be the and one play. The last thing that Tenerife needed. Was for Ludwigsburg to get some momentum. Katsikaris very animated on the sideline. This team are fine. You know, they're okay. Ludwigsburg are coming back. Ludwigsburg have only lost once this year. 3-point play complete. Aaron Johnson makes this a 3-point game. Wants to take big shot, Vasilidis. Poor foul. Red Koch with just a touch on the elbow. Unnecessary, unneeded. And it really does start to hurt your team. Johnson into the half court. Trout 6. 1:20 to go in the half. For all the quality that Tenerife showed early, he'll move to the inside. He's no good. Vasquez rolls back the years with a huge defensive rebound. Last minute of the half. Tough move off the glass is good. Devon White's had a half to remember. Lifts to the top. Wolskowski gets his feet set, strokes it. They're right back in this right now. Slight differential between game and possession. White calls the play. One thing that MHP Riesen do not want to do is foul right now. White has it. 3 on the possession. Vasilidis throws up the prayer, is off. And that'll do it for the first half. Tenerife started incredibly strongly. And Vasilidis has been called for a technical foul after the half has finished. It's like they'll start the second half with a free throw. But this one's really set up nicely. 5-point game. Tenerife started very strongly, but have slowly been pegged back by MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. 4 blocks for Tenerife. Gotta love it. Niang responsible for 3 of those. Well, the halftime entertainment starts, reminding us what time of year it is. Walk up leads the scorers for Riesen with 10, and he's been impressive. But it's been a very, very solid comeback by Ludwigsburg. Now, Coach Patrick will say they weren't playing the game the way he wanted to. They got there in the end, worked their way back into this. They trailed by 5 with a free throw to come. We'll leave some highlights to come of the first half, and then we'll be back for the second half when the halftime entertainment has been finished. And the dancers and the singer get the crowd involved, and we'll be back to see if Tenerife can go joint top of this group with Ludwigsburg. So we'll see you in around 10 minutes for the second half. Well, welcome back, everybody. Intriguing first half because free-flowing first quarter, 26-17 in favor of Tenerife. Turned into a 13-9 war of attrition in that second quarter with let's be fair, sloppy play from both teams at various points. Now, obviously, that's in-game adjustments by coaches in terms of breaking up, in particular, the way that they decided to contain Tenerife in the half court in particular. Because in the first part of the game, Tenerife's offense was like slick, good movement, tremendous execution, high percentage shots. And as Coach Patrick said in both his timeouts, they were not, Ludwigsburg were not getting the ball where they said they were going to get the ball from, which once they corrected that in terms of running pick and pop, not pick and roll, they started to have a lot more success. But then both teams really struggled to get any offensive rhythm in that second quarter. So this is like poised. It's going to be an interesting third quarter. I don't know if any team can win it in this third quarter, but if teams don't deliver, they can definitely dig themselves a really deep hole. So let's remind you of the context. At the moment, Ludwigsburg sit on top of Group B, one game clear of Tenerife. The teams would be tied if Tenerife hold on to this lead and win the game, but they would be tops, courtesy of the 2 wins in the games between the two teams. The great news for Ludwigsburg, if they come back and win this, they would have a 2-game lead over the rest of the group. And at this stage, that puts them in a very, very strong position. Kieran Johnson didn't really find his own rhythm in that first half. Watch out for the second. Well, welcome back from wherever you're joining us from. They're going to start with the technical foul 3 throw. Walkup makes it because Kostas Vasilidis got the technical foul after the end of the first half, which closes it to a 4-point game. I'm sure the graphic will flip over soon. And the drum beat and the crowd really trying to generate that. I think the scoreboard won't actually let you tick the point on until the game starts. So that's why they're having a little technical issue. You thought they might have worked that out over half-time, but hey, there's some pressure on the guys on the table too. They've called for the IT expert, and meanwhile, the drummers play on. Apologies. This obviously crucial to make sure everything works out. I'm assuming that's the issue, that they can't tick the point over if it's all integrated in terms of score. Although it would be surprising, but I can only assume that's the issue. The foul count hasn't cleared either. These guys are going to be clapping and drumming for a while if they don't sort this out quickly. Could get the singer back on while they sort it out. There's the man that we're all waiting for. There we go. Tick it over. Crowd, intelligent, knowledgeable crowd, know what's going on. Look at those numbers, Bonnie. Go with 10 points in that first period. Very explosive performance by the Pole. So Ludwigsburg, MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg will have the first possession of the second half. Work on this swing through. Gets it back to Johnson. Bukowski will move it on. A little hesitation. Beautiful pass. Great execution. Thiemann gets the two, but Walk Up under control on that penetration. 2-point gain right off the bat here in the second half. Followed by a turnover. And San Miguel just loses the handle. Same play, Walker has it, looks down low. Thiemann in the low block now, faces, looks to get to the middle. Spins baseline, goes back to the right hand. Nice job by Toby. Gets a piece of the shot, and Thiemann in frustration fouls on the rebound situation. Mike Toby just did what Mike Toby has to do in situations like that. Play 2 meters 10. Thiemann has to sit. Fifth block for Tenerife. Justin Sears comes in, and Ludwigsburg up the floor. Quick lineup on the floor for the German club. San Miguel needs a pass. There's another 8-second call. Pressure wears you down. 13th turnover. That's a unusually high number for Tenerife, although Ludwigsburg do make you play quicker. They had 20 turnovers in the game earlier in the Champions League season. Walk up, lines up the three, short. Defensive rebound by White, who's having a great night. Bayram will move it on. Toby hits the second side. San Miguel, 10 on the possession. Looks to attack it, right hand. Now he needs a pass. Ball's knocked away. Bayram hangs on, drops it down. Great finish by Toby. They just stayed with the play. Smart heads-up play by Bayram. And Toby finishes. Walk up, moves it on. Sears. They're going to gap him outside the three-point line. He's not going to look to shoot that. Bukowski attacks it. Sears puts it on the floor and travels. And Coach Patrick is saying, hey, there's a reason. You know, they've got to make them, the second one in particular, should have looked to take that shot. Tenerife beat the press. And then going to go charge, out of control. A little out of control. And Walkowski takes one for the team, and it's this reaction from Coach Katsikaris. Johnson will move it on. Walk up. We'll get it back. We'll take the ball screen. Stops and pops the three. Put it in the book. How can you go under a screen on walk up? 1 point game. Allen outside. Bayram wants it in the post. Offensive foul. And Tenerife have been completely taken out of any rhythm. The adjustments by Coach Patrick, the intensity defensively by Ludwigsburg have just completely changed the absolute tempo of the game. The quicker lineup for Ludwigsburg causing havoc with Tenerife. Chance to lead for the first time in a long time. Johnson will get it inside, walk up, feeling it a little, steps back. Johnson backs out. Evans can't get it to drop. Top with a rebound. White has it. Oh, and they're going to call down sportsmanlike. I think that's a great call by the official. Absolutely no attempt by McRae to play this basketball. Watch this. That's an unsportsmanlike foul. There is no genuine attempt. If every official called it that way, that would be, fans would love it. There is no way that that was an attempt to play the basketball. People don't want to shoot free throws. They do not want the break to be stopped illegally that way. McRae picks up foul number 3. But White misses the first. And we have a new ball game. 7:09 in the third to go. We're tied at, 2-point lead for Tenerife. McRae will sit. Adika Peter McNeely checks in. San Miguel in the half court. Bayran cuts the corner, doesn't see the basketball. Allen for a deep 3, just knocks it down. And for a moment, Ludwigsburg go a little softer on the defense. Tenerife run their stuff, get a great look. Walk up, we'll move it on. Open 3 is good. Little ball fake from Johnson, separated the defense, and he just knocks it down. 8 points personal for Johnson. Clicking into gear in this second half. White, who seems to become the focus with Coach Katsikaris at the moment. A lot of touches. Allen rips it through in the lane, kicks it. Bayram with a fumble, goes to work. Far side of the ring is blocked. Ludwigsburg, chance to tie or even lead on this possession. Offensive foul. Just execute. Demon gets the personal. All the momentum just sapped in a second. What's this? Steps across. Devin White makes sure he sees it, yes. And there's McNeely with a quick hands. Vasiliadis will check in. Oh, that looks nasty. I think we got an injury mid-court. I think it's okay. Ponika's got up. For a second, I thought he'd twisted his knee, which is something you just never want to see. He's walked over to the bench. I think the medical staff were as concerned as I was for a second there. They were up straight away. Still have the chance to tie or lead on this possession. Walk up has it. Takes the ball screen from Thiemann, who picks and pops. Stops, fires up the 3 is long. Defensive rebound by Baylan. Allen has it, guarded by Wuskowski. Baseline needs a pass, goes out with a tough shot. Thiemann pulls it down, and Johnson looks to push. Early ball screen in transition. Johnson moves it on. Wuskowski needs a pass. Walk up, gets it on a little back cut. Wuskowski for 3, way short. And again, you've got to credit the official for some consistency here. Wuskowski, you'll see it on the replay. Here's the shot. And there you see it, leaving the leg there, referee right on it. 1, it's definitely unsportsmanlike. 2, pretty dangerous too, that type of trip. No place for it, good call by the official. Second one is good for Allen. Toby outside, needs a pass. Ludwigsburg extend the descent. Vasilidis outside, way outside the three-point line. Bayram has it, hard show. They just about recover to Toby on the inside. Thiemann just bumps him. Does a great job in the block. Buried though, San Miguel. Quality on both lineups. Johnson. Kirk joins the party. San Miguel guarded by Peter McNeely. So he just hands off. Nice pass. Great slip. Flush that for two. And Tenerife's leading scorer in the Basketball Champions League. Shows you why. Rolls strong, looks straight back to the ball, keeps it up, finishes strong, will go to the free throw line for the extra point, which will open out a 7-point lead if it's successful. 4 points on the night, chance to be 5. Well, Elskowski sits. He's going to be replaced by Dwayne Evans. Yeah, one play is good. Ludwigsburg just can't get over the hump. I've closed it to 1 at some points, now back to 7. Cook with a 3 that wasn't in rhythm. That's an offensive foul on the glass. Evans on the way back, not happy. And because Ludwigsburg in the penalty, they'll take the walk down the floor. Chance to make this a 9-point game. The first one drops out. That's the first free throw that Basassa's missed in the Basketball Champions League. Normal service restored. 8-point game. And Ludwigsburg just cannot undo all the great work they've done. Evans for 3, that's way long. And Bayram charged with a holding foul. Cook, sorry, McNeely with the missed 3. Assas tries to turn the corner, has to back out. Toby will hand off. Tries to go hard in the lane, scoops a tough one, goes nowhere. Chance to run, numbers down the floor here. Cook in the lane, gets the drop. Erling Cook, tough play. Bayram has it. 3 to go in 3. Vasilidis thinks about it, moves it on. Holding foul by Johnson. Bassas will go to the free throw line. Here's the tough play by Cook. Good defensive effort. Just to back up the hometown roll. Bassas, this is the front end again. Knocks down the second. 7-point lead for the defending Basketball Champion League team of Tenerife here in Ludwigsburg. Down screen to release. Cook moves it on. Extra pass, wide open in the corner, short. And finally, Allen gets the defensive rebound. Basas will look to get a stagger screen in transition, throws it to Allen, looks deep. Toby goes to work with the left hand, doesn't get the drop. And Ludwigsburg has it at the pocket, picked by Basas. Stayed active, knocked it away. Chance for Tenerife to make it 10 or a 9-point lead. Bayran in the corner, thinks about the three, moves it on. Vasilidis with plenty of time. Bayran, fake, pulls up for the two, is good. Coach Patrick says he's out of bounds. Cook in the lane, needs a pass, finds a path, even puts it on the floor, attacks it. Will go to the free throw line as Toby picks up the personal. .144 to go in three, and Toby picks up his first foul. I'm sure it was called on him, but not showing up on that stat. Thiemann on the free throw line. Shooting just under 68% before that free throw across the Basketball Champions League season. Two for two. Thiemann will sit. Bayran has it, guarded by Cook. Bathas gets it, but they've really worked him hard here. Already down to 10 on the possession. Skowski, why? You have to ask yourself why. It's a hard show. You're at 6 seconds on the possession. With Bathas going to the corner and just bumps him, sends him to the free throw line. And Tenerife get a free look at 2 more points. And he takes full advantage of the two. 9-point game. Tenerife starting to get to a point where they can start to manage this now. Skowski moves it on. Cook looks at his options, stops, fires the long two, is way off. Toby with another positive stat. There's a little bit of the wrong guys getting the shots at the moment for Ludwigsburg. Walkup hasn't had a shot for a long time. Ball kicked away. Elgin Cook averages nearly 9 points a game in the Basketball Champions League. Where Walkup and Evans in particular, Thiemann all in double digits. It's short and hauled in by Allen, just extended those arms. And Bathas will try and use as much of the 14 as he can. Penetration, kick, Bayran, extra pass, Vasilidis. For year after year after year, he just knocks down that open shot. Great decision by Bayran for the extra pass. Could easily have decided to take that himself, but he looked to his right. Vasilidis is standing there. The three is not the answer for Evans. Evans shoots by contrast. Just over 26% from the three-point line. Bathas with a 12-point lead, turns it over, chance to run the other way. They're going to get this away. It's got to go up from the halfway line. Is no good. And Tenerife, look what they are. The defending Basketball Champions League champions, and have opened that out to a 12-point lead. Back over 20 points in a quarter. Ludwigsburg's defense just stepped off for a few minutes, and Tenerife have just exploited it. Walkup has not had enough touches for Ludwigsburg. Now, part of that will be the defense being played, but the other part is other people taking shots when they might not necessarily be their best option. Toby was good. Toby was good for Tenerife. Just finished the play, and he does. Well, Ludwigsburg back out on the floor. Crowd trying to lift the home team. They need a solid start. That's all they need to this fourth quarter. They do not need to be going on a 10-0 run, but they need a solid start where they win the first part of this fourth quarter. But Tenerife will have the first possession. And it's all about how much defense Ludwigsburg can play. Wide open for three. Vasilis just knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for the veteran Greek. 33 now. Now it's a 15-point game. Sears spins in the lane for the little right-hand hook. He's fouled. Sears has been no factor so far. Only played 5 minutes of basketball. A lot of zeros, apart from his team is -9 while he's been on the floor. Ludwigsburg extend the defense. They've had some joy and they get more joy. Just about beat the 8-second backcourt rule. And Bassas has it. Toby the ball screen. Bassas goes upstairs for Toby to throw it down and one. Elevated for Mr. Toby above the ring. But he's fouled on the play. Bukowski had to foul him. Now he has to earn it from the line. This is where Tenerife were in the first half, running plays, setting great screens. Tempo and momentum was with them. Now they've just asserted themselves over Ludwigsburg. Got to dig in here, the German club. Assas is charged with a personal. Lobassa's charged with a technical, I think, yep. Walkup has a chance to make this a 15-point game, plus they have the possession. Nine minutes is an eternity, but Tenerife at the moment running what they want, how they want. Sears attacks it on the dribble, spins, nice little shovel pass, and they can't complete the little bunny. Evans blows it, and they cannot miss those if they're trying to make this comeback. Assas will orchestrate. Oh, they blew it themselves. Now the foul's called on the play again. No help side. So we have a chance to increase the lead, which he takes. 16-point game, chance to make it a 17-point game, and Tenerife trying to get out of sight here. Ludwigsburg stops and scores, and they better start happening soon. Nice find, the three in the corner is long, and Evans, he will persist. Evans 0 for 4 from the three-point line. He's shooting literally 25% for the season. Vasilidis, 3 in a row, yes it is. When he finds his rhythm, he's as good as there is. Loving it, milking it. 20-point lead for Tenerife. A 10-2 start to the fourth quarter. It's almost a rerun of the game earlier in the group. Tenerife shot 52% from the three-point line on that day and kept Ludwigsburg in the 20s. Well, it's literally that right now. Their execution has been superb. They've opened up this huge advantage now. 20-point lead. Timeout for Ludwigsburg. They've got to get stops. They have to get them right now. On track for another 20-point plus quarter.
Let's go. Fellas, stop flying. Get up into them. If they deny you, don't run away. Okay? Look to run two. Set the fucking screen to start out with. If we don't get two, go to two sides. Okay? D is available as well. Get space. Look to go around them. Right at the top is also there. Let's go. Let's
get the pace up. Hey, get stops and run.
No está. Te quedas aquí. And aquí. Okay. All right, guys, go. Arco, arco, ahora.
Pressure out the timeout, up the floor. Oh, it plays off, an easy two. Walk up again with a two. Another turnover. Demon just throws it down. 4 quick points out of the timeout. And Ludwigsburg built some momentum. Tenerife are forced to take the quick timeout. Here's the first one. Sorry, here's the second one. The team just throws it down. Again, in game one, turnovers were the only downside of a great Iberostar Tenerife performance. Turnovers are the only downside at the moment for this performance. 19 turnovers, twice as many as Ludwigsburg. It's pretty much the only thing that's keeping Ludwigsburg in touch.
Okay, hold your man. Hold your man to the same. And watch out with the hand up.
No real foul trouble for Tenerife. All the foul trouble is at the other end of the floor. 4 for Wojtkowski, 3 for Johnson, McRae. Cook has 3. Up the floor again. Another deflection, they just about do it. Abramadis tries to get it over and does. White behind the back, gets in the lane, kicks it. Vasilidis is short, he's missed one. When he has nights where he misses, he just carries on, but misses that one. Whistle on the play. Wojtkowski looks like if he is the culprit. It's not the case, ball knocked away. Vasilidis, 10 on the possession, 7 just under on the game. Plenty of time for Tenerife, but Ludwigsburg have to get stops. White again. That's a flop. And Abramadis is going to be charged with the technical foul. Again, I think these officials have pretty much got it right. There's the little deflection. Walkup remains perfect from the free throw line. 17-point game. They have to get scores now, but more importantly, they ain't gonna win this without stops. Kieran Johnson into the half court. Walkup looks at it. Demon gets a touch. Just catch and go. Goes back to Walkup. Needs a pass. Fine one. Johnson needs to make. Is off. Defensive rebound belongs to Tenerife. 3 guys had their hands on that one. Oh, it's another block that comes off Tenerife. Great job by Demon. White had nowhere to go, deep on the shot clock. So you go down the floor now and you look to score. You've got your stop, get your score. Nice pass. Demon held his space really well. Goes up for 2. Then he runs out of bounds. Well, this Achilles heel is coming back to haunt Tenerife. Turnovers have been a real issue for them this year. Got to keep ticking it over. Well, all you can say is the officials have consistently called this as an offensive foul all game. Turnover again, walk up in the lane, is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. And Tenerife's woes in the backcourt just keep getting exposed, possession after possession. Walk up comes up with it, gets hit again, will go to the free throw line. Chance to make it a 13-point game. Yet to miss a free throw. Doesn't look like he's gonna miss one. I know that's normally a commentator curse, but just smooth the free throw action. Johnson called for a foul. You got to be so frustrated. San Miguel, 32 years old, as we said earlier. He's been in these situations before. .5:20 to go. 15-point game. Is there time? Of course there's time for Ludwigsburg. If Tenerife gets to 80, I think it's too many. Well, I think it's obviously too many. But he can't speak taking this much time. Foul from behind. I was about to say must make them both. Makes a second. 14-point game. Still 5 minutes to go. 14 points can disappear so quickly. And at the moment, Tenerife struggling to handle the pressure. Oh, great find, Vasilidis, that corner. Where on earth does someone think it's a good idea to leave Vasilidis alone in the corner? Knocks down his fourth three of the night. Moves it on. White going back to Vasilidis. Will get White another touch. Oh, a little too clever. Just trying to check what happened. You've got to like the use of technology now, ensuring we get the right decision, which is the most important and the only thing that really matters. It takes a little long, If it's important, let's take some time, use the technology, get the right call. Time running out, though, for Ludwigsburg. This would, if the results stayed like this, they would have the same win-loss record as Tenerife. There's a replay of another open three for Vasilidis. Still reviewing. That's the only downside. You do lose a little bit of time. Are they trying to decide whether this is a three or not? Which they there do. Who knows how important that will be in 4 minutes, 20 seconds time. Oh, a little back cut, Vasilidis, nice pass. Oh! And Rice went up. I think they're going to call this unsportsmanlike. Let's take a look. Well, from that angle, it looks pretty nasty. And Ramirez makes the one. Chance to go 2 for 2 from the line. This will make it a 19-point game, and Tenerife have just been 100% professional here. It's been a very, very professional job. .21 lead. This is after three by Johnson. Turnover. Their defensive effort has not really up the floor, has not really been the issue. In the half court, they've just been a little slippy with it. Not really tight with the basketball. Well, Johnson's three, is that a lifeline? There's the turnover. The 3+ a turnover really does give you a shot at it. Tenerife will take the timeout. There's the score by quarter. And Tenerife again just...
They are setting a down screen.
Let's take a listen.
Our guard needs to go up with Toby. Got it?
What? If they set the down screen for the big to go set the screen, we
They're
switch
going
it
thumbs
now.
down.
So then we switch the ball screen, even if it's score.
And then you will have the hole, and they'll have the shooter over here, and the shooter in the hole.
That's me without reminding me before, that's why I couldn't help too hard.
That was my fault. They want the shorts. That's my fault.
Yeah, you see that, because they're throwing it here every
that was my
time.
fault.
And look to trap the ball. Trap the ball.
Okay, if it's a free throws, we play.
Yeah.
We play box. And to the other side. Yeah. On the other side, let's play start. No, let's play nothing. And you set the back lead.
Ludwigsburg is long with a 2. Johnson with the follow, comes up with the offensive rebound. Thiemann gets a touch in the block. Johnson steps back, turnover, recovered. And Vasilidis gets it off to San Miguel. 18-point margin. Quick release for White is short. Stops and pops the long 2 is good. McRae comes alive in the 4th, but is it too late? Beat the pressure with the long pass, and Devin White says, hey, we don't need to rush at all here. 2:30 to go, we got a huge, and it is a huge road win. This win will take Tenerife to the top of Group B. White behind the back in the lane, shovels to Toby as a foul by Ludwigsburg, which will mean he'll leave the game. Toby makes the first. There was only a 60% Basketball Champions League free throw shooter, makes 2 for 2 though. Thiemann pops, lines up the 3, puts it on the floor against the closeout. Doesn't get the drop. Nabromaitis comes down with a defensive rebound. San Miguel will push, but no need to now. We're pretty much at 2 minutes to go. Vasilidis thinks about it, extra pass. Nabromaitis for 3, it's good. The unselfishness of this team. They move the ball so well. 53% from the three-point line. When they won the corresponding game in the Canary Islands, they shot 52% from 3 and 59 from 2. Ludwigsburg were down at 22%. This is a little deja vu for both clubs. He can't get the 3 to drop. Toby comes down with another rebound. San Miguel says, hey, no need to run here. Well, what looked like it was going to be a clash of the Titans, it looked like the way that Ludwigsburg came back in the second quarter has just been dominated by Tenerife. 5 on this possession. White with a long 3 is off. Substitutions. Everybody's coming in now. Mateo Skelic, Ikas Glesk getting their moment on the floor in the Basketball Champions League. Knocked out of bounds. Justin Sears has had a night he will not want to remember. Last minute. Bayrat in the post, goes to the far side of the ring, can't get the hook to drop. Just a couple of seconds differential. They're going to walk this one off. White with a big three is long. Defensive rebound is secured. And Tenerife and coach Fotis Katsikaris come into Ludwigsburg and put on a tremendous performance, 83-62. They will go joint top on points, but have the head-to-head, and therefore will head the group after week 9 of the Basketball Champions League. Here are the numbers, but as we normally say, the only numbers that matter are 83 and 62. 50% from the three-point line for Tenerife. 21 assists. You got to love playing on that team. They won the battle on the glass. We said that was going to be fundamentally important. They will hate the 22 turnovers. Vasilidis with 17 points, 12 from beyond the arc, leads the scorers for Tenerife. Contributions across the roster. Toby came off the bench, still knocked down 13 points. White had a great first quarter. Walk-up was good, just didn't have enough support. Well, they'll do the walk and applaud the fans as Tenerife will leave the arena, get on the bus, get back to the Canary Islands, get ready for action in Spain at the weekend, and then looking forward to the Christmas break, albeit a short Christmas break for most of these guys. Well, these fans giving their home team a marvelous reception, even after a disappointing defeat. A defeat that will move them into second place in this group, still with a little bit of a cushion between them and the rest of the group. There were flashes that looked like they were going to deal with Tenerife, but Tenerife's defensive organization was superb. Their offensive execution, if you got rid of the second quarter, would have been out of the top draw. And Tenerife look like they're going to defend their title with a lot of determination. Tremendous performance by them on the road here in Ludwigsburg. But Ludwigsburg only had their second defeat of the Basketball Champions League season, both against Tenerife. They're still in a very, very strong position for last 16 qualification. So with these highlights, we'll leave you from Ludwigsburg. There's more Champions League action tomorrow evening. If you're unable to watch that, I hope you have a marvelous Christmas. We'll be back with Basketball Champions League action after tomorrow. We'll be back in the second week of January when we all line it up and get ready to see which teams will make the top 16, which teams will challenge Tenerife to become the 2018 Basketball Champions League champions. But for now, from Ludwigsburg, it's been a great performance by Tenerife. Still all to play for with Ludwigsburg. They will both be in the top 16, in my opinion. We'll see you soon for more action from the Basketball Champions League. But it's bye for now.